Hey guys, this is Sweet, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you a PVPer's perspective on whether you should play Dragonflight. So quickly brush on leveling. So the leveling experience is pretty easy, and it's quick. It takes probably 6 to 8 hours if you're really pushing for it, and it can take up to 10 if you're taking your time enjoying the quests. It's pretty good, pretty engaging. If you're like me and skip every cutscene, then maybe it takes away some of the experience. But you know, like I think they did put a pretty good effort into the cutscenes from what I did see. So yeah, if you're someone who likes cutscenes, you probably like the leveling quite a lot. Talking about gearing, so the gearing system is probably the best it has ever been. In all honesty, it's probably easier than Wrath. It's easier than any other expansion. The entry level requirements are very, very low. So to get your Crimson Aspirant gear, so your honor gear, you only need, I think it's about 10,000 honor, which takes maybe 3 to 4 hours. There are 5 upgrade tiers for the Crimson Aspirant gear, but those tiers only matter if you are using the gear for PvE content. Once you've bought the first rank of gear, that will then work at the maximum item level possible for that blue gear. So essentially, get your 10k honor, get the gear once, and you're done. And I think that is something that is really, really good, especially if you're someone who loves ults, because it just gives you the ability to, you know, jump in, play the game, and not be too far behind anyone else. The PvP itself, you know, more or less, like, it's the same stuff. It's the same thing that you either loved or hated. It's just the fact that you get to get into the experience sooner. PvP balance is okay currently. Like, it's not amazing, but it's also not the worst it's ever been. And I know we're only in the second week of Dragonflight now, but in reality, like, the expansion's been in testing. It's been in beta for quite a few months now. You would hope that things would be a little bit more tested by this point, and it's unfortunate they're not. But in terms of like Blizzard actually making some changes, I mean, they've made some changes so far. Some pretty good changes. There's obviously more that they could make, but you know, you can't expect everything, especially from a company who's notoriously given nothing. And I've been very critical of Blizzard previously, but I think for the most part they've done a fairly good job so far. Now, some things that I really do not like is the fact that there's no new battlegrounds, there's no new modes. I mean, we've got solo queue, and sorry, I'll retract that. Solo queue is a really, really good thing. The fact that you can jump in, you don't have to have teammates, you can just jump in and play solo queue is probably the biggest and most positive change. I've always found that the biggest issue with WoW was the people, how quick people are to just, you know, be rude, to blast people, to leave after a single game. And I thought solo queue was just going to be an extension of that. People just, you know, again, being rude. But in reality, you don't really get to play long enough with someone that you're criticizing them or being rude. Or sorry, the other way around, really. So solo queue has been a positive experience for the most part. Keeping in mind that I didn't play all of that much after solo queue was released, but from what I've seen, it is pretty good. So, who does this game now suit? Well, to give you a little background on myself, I'm 30. I run 2 businesses, 2 physical locations. I have a family, 2 dogs, and I'm always out doing something or working, and I found that the game currently suits me as of this moment. I can go out, do work, come home. I can play I don't have to play. Well, that's the good thing. I don't have to play. Like, I've Played maybe 10 hours since release, and I'm fully geared. I'm not behind anyone. I'm at the exact same power level as the guy who's played 100 hours, and I can just log in and play the game. Like, I got home today, I just thought, you know what, maybe I'll just do some dragon racing because I like dragon racing. I think it's a cool little addition to the game, and I hope they really actually do something with it competitively with PvP wise. Like, it could be extremely fun with the right sort of nurturing. So if you're someone who doesn't have a lot of time in your life and you love WoW, and the reason you hated WoW is because you kept falling behind, then I think you are going to love it. On the inverse, if you are someone who is addicted to being the best, having the best gear, grinding, having all your reputations at max, and getting the satisfaction of having maxed out reputations, then you're probably not going to like this as much as you did in other expansions. So if you liked, basically, if you like Shadowlands, you are going to hate this. Or maybe not. That's a bit of a broad statement, but it is very, very different from Shadowlands. I hated Shadowlands. I played it because, you know, what else was I going to do? But I couldn't play it for too long. I don't know if I'll be playing Dragonflight for super long either. Let me just put that out there. I think the fact that I'm not on a hamster wheel and the fact that I'm not forced to play every day means I'll probably just forget about the game at some point. I am one of those people, admittedly, who, if I feel like I'm falling behind, it motivates me a little bit more to put in the hours. But if I feel like I'm not falling behind, then I probably won't play. And from someone who enjoys the competitive side of PvP, getting rating and stuff, the fact that I'm not playing and grinding and practicing just means I probably won't be as high rated as I was in previous seasons. But, you know, I think I'm at the point in my life where I realize that games are there for fun, and if you're not enjoying the game, you can log off, and that's it. So, should you play Dragonflight? I think at the very least, you should give it a crack. It is not an exorbitant amount of money to spend on a game, and I think you will more than get your money's worth in satisfaction, at least for a very little while. So if you're a PVPer and you were worried about being stuck on the hamster wheel once again, absolutely, I think give it a crack. I think you will enjoy it. If you have any questions, drop them below. Yeah, let me know if you guys need anything, and I'm just trying to stall for another few seconds so I can hit my 8 minutes for ads. Thanks.